Okay, welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to talk about the sissies in the Alabama prison. And I called it the House of the Gays. Because, there's a lot of them in the ADOC. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to tell you all a little story, though, about a guy. I didn't know him on the street. I knew him from being locked up in the county with him, and he wasn't gay before he went, but I'm going to tell you how it happened to him and how it happened fast. So we're in the county, we're getting ready to go to prison, to catch the train, they call it, to go to prison, and he got sentenced a little bit after me, so I leave before him. We got to go to Kilby, which is processing for Alabama. Alright. So, I'm there for, I'll say about a month. I'm there, and I'm in permanent party at this point. They put you, when you first get there, you go to quarantine first. They do all your blood work and everything, and then you go to like a holding dorm. It's like a real dorm. It's big, but it's where, not everybody goes to permanent party part of Kilby. Like, you might leave from I think it's J and K dorm, yeah. And you might leave from J or K to go to Elmore, Atmore, wherever you're going to go. So, but they called me to go up to the shift office after about 10 days in K dorm. So I go to the shift office, they tell me to grab my stuff, and it's in the afternoon, so I know I'm not transferring. They do all that in the morning. And they tell me I'm moving to H dorm in a permanent party. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go get my stuff. So anyways, I'm there for, I'm at Kilby altogether about a month. And the cat from the, when I was in the county with this guy, I was talking to him. He was scared. He was young. He was younger than me. He was like 18, 19 years old. And he was a little scared. I could tell. He didn't ever tell me that, but I could tell. So I'm kind of telling him, like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I'm telling him everything. So, man, he comes, about a month after I'm at Kilby, here he comes up to me. He's in permanent party, too. They moved him out there, so I don't know how long he had been there. And when I tell you, this guy did whatever I told him in the county don't do, he did it. He did everything that I said don't do. He was borrowing, he was doing the dope, he was gambling, he was just doing all of it, and he didn't get money like that. His family wasn't looking out for him like that. I guess somewhere in his mind, he was like, well, I'm having fun, and hopefully I just win so I can, I don't have to pay anything. Man, so he's doing all that. Well, I don't know anything's going on, really. One night I wake up, I gotta piss in the middle of the night. I'm gonna tell you, don't really, if you can avoid it, try not to go to the restroom in the middle of the night. At some of these camps, I don't know how it is at everyone, but don't go to the restroom in the middle of the night. So, I get up, and I gotta go piss, and when I go in there and I turn the corner, I hear this. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's getting his back blown out. The same guy that I was just saying to do all this. Yeah, he's getting he is getting beat up, if you catch my drift. I'm like, my mind's just blown, I'm like, whoa, and I turned the corner and that's all I heard, and I held the pee. I didn't even go piss, I swear. I went straight back to my rack and was like, what the? So, I avoided him the rest of the time at Kilby, because now I'm embarrassed. Word travels fast. You can't hide that stuff in a prison like that. Like, you're going to get found out. So, I'm just avoiding him. Alright. Shortly after that, I can't remember how long, they dropped my custody to I had to go to other county jails from Kilby because I had other holds on me in places, and I had to handle them because I was at a level 4. That's why I was permanent party in Kilby. So I go to those court places, and they sentence me and do everything, run it concurrent or whatever they're going to do. And I come back. Shortly after that, they end up dropping my custody to a level 2. So they wake me up at about 4 in the morning. I get up, I go. Anyways, I make my way North Alabama to Decatur work release. My custody was only a level 2 though at this time. It wasn't a 1. Level 1 means you can go get a free world job and make real money and get to see real people every day and everything. I was a level 2, and so that means I still wear my state whites, and I still, I could work around the camp for free, of course. I didn't get paid for any of that, but yeah, you can work around the camp, but you still got to wear your whites, but you can mingle with the free world people too, like the work release side. So, alright, I get up there. I'd been there now probably a few months, so I had made some friends. Some good friends for real, like they were really cool people. Some of them I still talk to now. Well, we're sitting around one day and talking. Next thing I know, the guy from Kilby, the guy getting his back blown out, walks up to me in Decatur work release. They transferred him there. And this was the craziest turnaround. He was like, hey, just the full-on, homosexuality thing going on. He was full-on female is what he was. Wearing the skinny jeans, except I guess it would be called skinny state whites. He was wearing these. And, when he comes up to me, I'm just like, I don't remember how, I was just, we got away from anyways. I was like, oh, hey, I still was like, hey, what's going on? But all my friends, when he walked away, it was like, you know him? And my eyes were just, and so I had to tell them the whole story, I was like, look, he wasn't like that. This dude just, because then of course they started cracking jokes on me, talking about, oh, that's my boy and stuff. And like, nah, that ain't how it's happening here. So we go down to me and my group of friends go down to the little area where you watch TV at. It's got like a bunch of church pews going back, and we're sitting kind of in the back. And you got to listen to the TV with your radio because it don't get loud enough, and you change it to a certain station that picks up on the TV. So we're sitting there watching it, man. I see this dude, the same guy, he's sitting kind of up close. He's a little bit ahead of us, but man. And so there's this other guy got his arm around him, just sitting there. They're all snuggled up. They're a thing. So, I was just I didn't talk to him. I avoided the hell out of him for the rest of the time there, because he was full on, just getting at. He had a couple of boyfriends while there. And mind you now, oh yeah, my friends were like, well, dang, how much time does he have? He had a 3-year sentence. In Alabama, 35% kills. You do 35% of your time. So that means on a 3-year sentence with good time, you get out in I don't know the exact, it's 12 or 13 months or 14 maybe, but it's no more than that. That's what, but you can make parole before that. So I made this video just that's how quick it can go wrong in Alabama prison. They prey on you. They try to take it. They hope that you can't pay. Some of them do, really, so they can make you that because, well, they're pretty much gay too. There's no denying that, but they don't think they are. They think the guy they're with is the gay one, and the one they're beating out's gay, and they're not. But no, they're just as gay. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, and so that's how that went. So I just want to tell you, that's the only story I have about somebody I somewhat know. Like I said, we weren't friends. I haven't talked to him since I've been out at all. I would never talk to him again because I know his little secret about what he does, because these guys, they'll get out and they'll still have a girlfriend and they'll try to act like everything's all cool and they were the hardest person in prison when but I will say this, a bunch of people I went to high school with and like just known throughout my life, I've heard of they went to prison. I wasn't locked up with them, but it always comes to the street because a few of them have also been turned out. People will always find out. It's you're not going to keep it a secret, and that's crazy how it spreads like that from prison. That's just how many people, Alabama prison is last time I think it was like 195% over capacity, like it's ridiculous. They don't have enough anything, like it's really crowded. That's why you hear about on the news the deaths and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that was just a little story about a guy I know that it was just crazy, and I can't get I think the part in Kilby where I walked around the corner and saw what I saw, man, it kind of scarred me there. Like it was mind blowing. It really was. And then when he comes up to me, and then I mean, I don't know, that's just how you got a 3-year sentence. Like, man, you can do that that ain't nothing, because there's a good chance you're going to make parole, or we got a program in Alabama called SRP that you could get out on, because it's so overcrowded they had to make up this stuff just to try to clear out the prisons. But this guy didn't care. So, I mean, I don't know what it was. There's a chance he might have done some gay stuff on the street, but he wasn't doing it in the county when I was in there with him, so who knows how that went. But yeah, I'll never forget just the way he did a complete 180 on me. I mean, he was a cool guy for real in the county, and like, I just know, like, I don't know, I was 3 years, you're gonna do all right. Like, dang, you're doing okay. Because me, I had like a 8-year sentence, and I didn't do the whole thing, of course. But yeah, I mean, so I'm sitting there like, man, I wish I had 3 years. But I can say this, I never got nothing without having the money ahead of time for it. Even if I didn't have no money on my books at the time, and I was waiting on my family to send me some or something like that, and I wouldn't get nothing. I wouldn't borrow no food, no nothing, because you never know how that could go. You could piss off a family member or something, and they don't send you the money. Then you owe this guy, and he keeps taxing interest on. Next thing you know, he's going to come up and say, well, you could do this, and, sexual favors to pay off the debt. And then I gotta, most people, you gotta fight when they come up with that. Like, nah, I'll tell you what, we can fight and we can kill the debt, or you could wait until I actually get the money and I'll pay you what I owe you. But I know the sexual favors, that's not gonna happen. It just ain't in me. That's disgusting. The nastiest part of prison was all of that. There is a number of sissies. That's what they call them. I don't know where they call them in other states. In the ADOC, just too many of them, and it's ridiculous. And that's why people aren't getting raped in there. They are, they're giving it up. Like, people are just giving it up, man. And people who went in straight, because there's a couple of these guys now that I know that went down there, and they were like, they were hard on the street. Now, and by me saying that, they didn't act hard. They were literally, they would fight you. They could fight, and they weren't scared. Some people of them even played with guns, but they go to prison and it turns out, I don't know, it's crazy what people would do for money. You ain't even got to get on drugs to do it, or be in debt or gamble to get turned out into one of these people. You could just not have people sending you money and say you love cigarettes, you love whatever, you just want to eat, hell. They will do it for that. They'll come up and like, hey, what's up? You wanna I don't know, maybe go behind the curtain, or That's what they do, and it's crazy to me and blows my mind every time I think about it. And then they'll wear these tight pants. They'll cut up these little the laundry bags and wear fishnets, and man, it's disgusting down there. And yeah, so I'm into here. This is a little short video, but I just wanted to say about that. And I'm gonna keep making them, so please like and subscribe and keep on watching. And I really appreciate it. And hopefully this channel will get bigger and better as time goes on. And yeah, until next time.